podcast. Like I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do like the interview shit today. I just want to be like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna talk about like, fart jokes and bad language
Oh
and
yeah, I'll
and
cheers to that right now.
going and getting annihilated at Unicon and all that jazz.
Yeah, dude. Well, I have a
Oh,
story about that, that's for sure.
oh God. So starting official,
Alrighty.
Alex
Hello.
Anderson. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for chit chatting with me
Yeah,
this fine
I'm
day.
super happy to be here.
If anyone who's wondering why my eyes flow back and forth a lot, it's because I'm recording on two cameras, and I'm trying to look at Alex, but also look at my camera and look at Alex and look at your camera, so it's like it's not weird. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I could be unicycling more right
Oh
now.
God, isn't that like always the case?
Yeah, it is.
Uh, how's your pandemic been?
It's been okay actually. I live in a very small town on the edge of the United States, so I
Real
don't have problems
where's
with
that
like
at? Like, you don't have
uh
to give the full
think
location if you want to reveal where you're
think the
hiding.
exact northwest corner of California, like almost the exact corner.
Almost Oregon.
Yeah, yeah. People
That's
think I'm from
interesting.
Oregon a lot. Yeah.
Uh, don't want to be from there right now. No offense, Oregon. No offense. It seems a little wild there right now. Seems a
Oh,
little
there's
wild.
always stuff going down in Oregon,
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
But their gas prices are cheaper than California's right now, so
I believe that.
I can drive 20 minutes and get a dollar cheaper.
You're close to the ocean too.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
I'm
I think I've
about
seen
10
so many
minutes
videos.
away from the nearest beach.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm so
That
jealous.
explains all the shots and videos and stuff.
Yeah, I have been trying to watch people's videos like before we talk, just like refresh my memory,
Hmm.
and like I watched everything that Ivar,
Yeah,
Ivar has done,
Evar.
and so American Habit. And I only got to watch me and my roommate who does not unicycle, but you've probably met him at one or two of the
I
unicons.
think so, yeah. Or not
Uh,
Unicon, but any UCC.
Maybe you met Joe at
Yeah.
NACC for sure. You might have met Ian at one. Ian's my
Okay.
roommate. Uh, but we got just organically on a conversation about bay flips, and he did not know what a bay flip was, and we went and linked
Yeah.
to your Chris Home like video, the one that's on the Chris Home page, and
Yeah.
we got like 2 minutes through, and I'm like, oh my God, is there not going to be a bay flip in this video? Like
Oh, there is. There
there's
is.
one, there's like one
There's
in there,
always one.
and it's a good one too. It's a good one.
Thank you, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, bay flips, man. My trick for this skirt set, it's the bay out flip. I think
I saw that, yeah.
originally, I don't know if this is 100% true, but there was like a Facebook out the game a long time ago, and I think the reason why I learned those was because like you like said it as like one
Oh,
of the tricks.
oh wow, that must have been a
Maybe.
long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, like a long time ago, and I was like,
Like
"What?"
2014 or 15 or
And then the
something.
day that I did it, like my bumper was like just ruining the back of my leg, just
Oh
like
yeah,
just scraping the shit out of it every time you
it does
fucked
that.
it up, and and then I jumped and flipped and landed on the pedals, and you just get that feeling, just the lightning
It's
through
crisp.
your
It is.
body.
It's good. I love it.
And I don't know why
It's the best ever.
what my deal is with bay flips, but there are days where I can do them and it's nothing, and days where I try and I'm like, what am I doing? Especially the bay out flip. Some days I just throw it and it's
Yeah.
first try, and other days there's not a prayer. Like I couldn't repeat it if my life depended on it.
So what's your favorite bay flip then? Would it be the
What
bay
is
out
what's
flip?
the crazy one you just did? The like double back was it or something? Triple?
Uh, Double back was done a long time ago. I'm not the first to do it. I know that for a fact.
No, but you just did a video recently where you did a crazy one at the
Oh,
end.
was it with the cross feet?
That might have been it. That might have
Yeah,
been. But
yeah.
there's multiple
That
flips
was
too.
Yeah, I've done that quite a few times.
It just looks good. And you did it
And
off the bench too. I think that's what it was. You did it off the
oh,
bench,
okay.
and you did like I
That
think
was the triple bay flip then.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's just like I like it because like almost nobody does them.
Oh
And
yeah.
especially doing it off of a bench, I've only been recently trying to do like bay flips like off like you get to the end
Hmm.
of the mani pad, do it off the mani pad. I think it's unsuspected too.
Oh yeah, it
You're
is.
always expecting
Uh,
some kind
Someone did it in a comp. I think it was
of.
2011 or 12 or something off of a mani pad. And that was like the first time I had seen it done off of something.
And you're like, oh yeah, I need to do
Yeah.
that.
I didn't think of it at all. And the first time I'd become aware of the trick was Sophia Pellman's video from
Oh yeah,
2011.
she did. She's done quite a few bay flips in her
Yeah, it
videos.
was the
Yeah.
one that was very vibrant in color, and it was like a green sort of foyer that she was in.
Hmm.
Um, and it was on like a bench mani pad sort of looking thing.
Let's just see how she's doing too.
Yeah,
Talk to her
I
about
think
her.
that's where it was from. But then I saw, I think, a couple other people doing it, and I was curious. And then 2014, 2015, I kind of just adopted it as like my trick.
I mean, it's a good one. Yeah, I feel like Alex Anderson is synonymous with
Yeah,
bay flips in my mind.
it's basically become like everyone outside of unicycling thinks of me as the unicycle guy or you as the unicycle guy. But
Apparently,
then in the community, everyone has their own like, oh, Phil Sanders, he's the
the
break everything guy and
party too hard guy.
party too hard,
uh,
yeah.
who knows? I don't
And
know.
then
Loud guy. I don't know.
some crisp 360s, like off of stair sets and stuff. I don't know how you do it still.
The three spins, you mean?
Yeah, the three spin, not
I yeah
360.
I. There are times where I roll up to stuff and I'm like, I should just learn to tray flip. I should just learn to tray flip. And I can do, full out flips off of stuff
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
okay. But it's harder in my brain to go to the big obstacle. There's this, like, beautiful five set downtown. And I've ridden up to it so many times and just, classic commitment problem. Uh, and I want I've done a full out flip off 3. I don't think I've done it off of 4. I've done it off of some big boxes, but I want a full out flip off of 6. I just want
That would
that.
be amazing.
Before I'm
Yeah.
34, I'm starting to feel it, and like I rode a lot this weekend because we had a new skate park open up in our town, and
Yeah, I heard you talking about it on the last podcast.
it like actually opened, and like we got a couple clips
Oh,
from
that's
this
so
weekend,
nice.
and
Yeah.
I rode so much this week, and my body is dying. I just am sore, and my legs are sore, and my ass is sore from riding, not from
Amen.
like landing on my ass, from like
Yeah, just from riding.
just the ass muscles
Yeah.
from riding, and I landed.
Yeah.
I don't think you can see it, but I have this bruise. Do you see that bruise?
Oh, I see it a
It's
little
like
bit. Yeah.
all the way down my wrist.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just the blood. But like I like I went off the rail wrong and my hands came down on top. My unicycle went sideways and my hands came down on top of my
Okay. Yeah.
unicycle.
And it hit the frame of the unicycle. I
Yeah,
see.
and my one like I got a blood blister because my thumb went thwang off the spoke.
Ooh.
Anyway, I only hurt myself off rails.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want
Okay.
that. I want the fall flips off of big stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm scared.
Big flips. Big
And I got to do
spins.
it before my body gives out.
Yeah. I've been taking a little break from unicycling to be ready for I think I was telling you earlier before this started my final school trip.
Oh yes, for
Yeah.
geology.
Yeah, and
Tell
I
us
go to
about it.
Humboldt State University virtually right now, of course. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been doing a field camp online using like Google Earth and stuff.
Interesting. And now you're gonna
And
actually go.
so, yeah, I've just been cooped up inside, no time to ride, working on mapping all day. And then for the next 2 weeks after this weekend, I'm going to be out in the field. So
That's awesome.
I told myself, like, I'm not going to ride because if I hurt myself, then this is all for nothing.
You hurt yourself, and then while you're trying to hike
Yeah.
out there, you're like limping, and you're like, ah,
Oh, yeah.
it just hurt.
It's becoming easier to hurt myself now.
Mm.
Um,
It's the warm ups you gotta get
Yeah.
do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
you know,
Uh,
but
and
no.
then stretching after.
It's definitely stretching after. I've been a little
Yeah.
neglectful on my stretching. The sauna helps though. I'm sure you've seen that.
That's good.
I'm
Yeah, I
freaking out
see you
about
have the sauna there now.
I'm nerding out about it so much. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ever ride with that young kid Mose, and we get to the skate park and not even pads on. He's like hitting rails first try and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's like, "Come on, Phil, let's play a game of out or something." I'm like, "Listen, my body is not ready. There all these
Oh,
things have to warm up, build heat. Remember which muscles do what.
oh yeah. I think you talked about this with someone, but do you have like a routine that you start with? Because I for sure do.
I go back and forth. If I have my routine, I haven't been doing it. But it's yeah, just born a little bit out of laziness. Yeah, my problem right now is like I got my new unicycle and I rode so much after getting it, and then
Yeah.
I've been on a little. I don't know. I've just been having a hard time with the last couple weeks, like month
Okay.
or so with unicycling. I'm still riding every weekend at least, but it's not
Okay.
enough to get like hard shit. You know.
Hmm.
But I had this conversation with Kelly Hickman way back in the day, and he told me like what his routine was, and I minorly do this still when I try to warm up. And now if I can get something like in 3 tries first try, I'll move on to the next trick.
Oh, okay.
But what my old way was like I'll still do this every blue moon, but I'll do a session where I do every trick I know. I have to land at least 10 times.
Hmm.
And I'll start at like crank
Wow.
flip, and then I'll do crank flip, back flip, late flip, 180 flip, 180 late flip, one spin, 3 spin, 5 spin, 5 spins. Still giving me a lot of
Okay.
trouble.
And you do those all 10 times?
All of them 10 times.
Wow.
And
I
if
don't have the patience.
if something stumps me, I think it's like
Jeez.
if you flub it like 3 times in a row, like you just move on to the next trick.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not like you just mess your mind up or whatever.
Hmm.
But now, like if I'm warming up, it's like I'll start with that. But if I could like land 3 crank flips in a row, move on to the next one. But if I flub one or if I flub two, it's like okay, now I have to do it 10 times, like get it back.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is time consuming, I will admit. But like that's how I'm throwing 3 spins off of stupid shit. you know,
Yeah.
is I got my 3 spins at least down.
Oh yeah.
Are you still sponsored?
I am actually, yes. Um, Still by Chris Holm Unicycles. We're still alive.
Yeah, yeah.
We're still kicking it,
It's
yeah.
great. And I don't know, you've been in my mind like just one of the faces when I went to Chris Hunt's website and I was like, oh, he's just like legit 100% totally still on the team. Because I feel like a lot of the American riders at least have like floated around and switched back and forth, and some people have given
Yeah.
up. And Dan Heaton came back for a minute, then he left again, and
Yeah. The
uh,
American scene is very small now.
yeah, it's so weird.
It was 2019 out in Colorado. I think it was me, Loic, Jack, Michael, and a few others were in a car together. And
and that's the
Jack
American
or
scene.
Michael just like turns over to me and he's like, "Hey, if you crash this car, man, there goes like 80% of the urban scene in America right here."
That's funny. That is a
Yeah.
funny joke. Oh my god.
That's
Yeah.
all that's all we got.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about urban in the United States because it seems like it's blossoming everywhere else. It seems
Oh
like
yeah,
the
in Europe,
the
in Asia.
Canadians are still going pretty good.
Oh
It
yeah.
seems. Uh, yeah, Europe is still hardcore. Asia is picking it
Hmm.
up. It's cool to see those Chinese guys really getting
Yeah.
into like street stuff a lot. I feel like we haven't seen that part of the world do urban in a long time.
Oh yeah, not much, but it is good to
Australia
see.
seems like they're, I don't know.
I wish
A little.
Australia, yeah, because compared to how they used to be, they were a huge influence on my writing. The PG
Same.
channel
Yeah,
and all that.
me and Dan Cowling, man.
Oh yeah, what
This
happened to Dan?
he's out there. He's
Is
I
busy
feel
boy.
like I'm the part of unicycling that keeps him in it nowadays. I don't know if
That's
that's
good.
true.
Yeah.
He'll never watch this. He doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
Originally this was supposed to be like me and
It
him
was, yeah,
doing
you
it,
and Dan. It was
and that
the
still might
Bill
happen.
and Dan podcast.
I think I might be able to pull him
Yeah.
back in for a little bit of stuff. But he's working on all these like adult real life projects down there. I've chit chatted with him
Yeah.
about some of that. And it seems like that stuff's working for him down there. So that's where he's putting a lot of his energy. And me and him have had this talk. He has the kind of work where like he like can't get hurt unicycling and like miss work.
Okay. That makes sense, yeah.
He's got to like he can go out and he can have fun and he can putz around, but like he can't like break something to roll his ankle
Hmm.
and miss
Yeah.
work.
So if he comes back, it'll just be rolls, but I don't think he even does rolls.
Flying. I think he would rather literally throw his unicycle into a fire pit than do a roll trick.
Yeah, rolls are they're hard.
And I enjoy that pure. Oh yeah, they're hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoy
I
that
respect
purity.
people so much who roll.
Yeah, that first game of Skirt, man, it made me cry.
Oh yeah, everyone's just throwing in combos and stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't like it's too late to learn rolls. Like for me, like I try to do them now, and every blue moon I'll push my wheel and I'll do that rolling wrap on like my first try and be like, okay, that's it, put it away. Like,
Yeah.
here, back roll, come on now, no, none of that crazy stuff.
Yeah, I've had a terrible rolling wrap for a long time, and like 2 months ago, I figured out just put my foot, I'm goofy footed, so my right foot is like on the back pedal, and so if I just put my right foot a little further back, it just works wonders, and I never figured that out for like 10 years.
Yeah, for me, I've always been like on
Crazy.
like the tips of my toes. I didn't realize like you want to be on the center of your foot. That was like the thing that
Oh yeah,
flubbed me for a long time.
you have to think about after your half roll where your foot's going to be, and then there's like just all the other things, all the inward rolls, outside rolls,
Yeah, I
and
can't, I can't even remember the one that was plaguing me. But I
yeah.
think it was like inside burial roll. You start on the seat and you step straight off. You don't like hold the seat out in front,
Okay.
or you hold the seat out in front and you instead of like coming inside, you step over and then kick. I can't
Oh
remember.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if that's the inside one or outside, whatever it is.
I'm
Burial
I'm
roll.
bad. I'm very bad at the terminology.
Yeah, there's
I've
too
been
many.
known to be messing it up every single time.
Yeah, I'm sure people are sick of hearing about this on the podcast, but I'm just not even. I'm, I do want to have these competition like which tricks are harder conversations, especially in lieu of like the ideas of doing tricks with both hands and stuff like that. I think that's this evolution we're coming to, but I just don't care about front foot, back
Yeah.
foot, ASIM. It's cool and all. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
beyond me, but let's just be
I
real. I'm not gonna
remember
be
your
landing the tricks those ways.
Yeah, I remember your conversation with Mose, and is it worth more trick or points for
Yeah,
tricks like that? I would say yes, but I'm not the guy who's going to be able to judge it
yeah.
because I won't notice at all.
I think that just the point I was just trying to make it to condense the whole idea. So like, we should be having the conversation in relation to judging, in the idea that the maneuver of someone doing it differently is a different idea than the trick that is executed.
Yeah.
But whatever. Leave that away for now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, unless you're excited about this. So if you guys want to hear more,
No,
I
it's
want to talk
okay.
about trick
I'm fine.
judging bullshit. I could talk about this all day.
Alrighty.
Let's bring the
Yeah.
rule book and let's start tearing it out one page at a time. You gonna think you're gonna make the
Oh,
effort for? Oh, go for
I
it. Go
ha
for it.
I actually had a question for you. Because you've also been known for some pretty gnarly rages, some uni rage,
Dude, it's embarrassing sometimes, honestly.
and I've I only know of like a handful of people who actually throw their unicycle. Like
Dude, I don't
there's
rage.
Christian, you,
I freak the
Eli. I
fuck
think I've seen
out.
Eli throw these a couple times,
Uh,
um,
you
but that
know,
was for a different reason.
I'm an emotional individual. I would say I spend a lot of just time in my life really having to center myself and like stay, you know, keep my emotions in check because I can let like my emotions spill over quickly into other things, like things that don't matter. Like you stub your toe and
Yeah,
then you screw up your eggs in the morning, and then someone cuts you off in traffic, and before you know it, you're almost like angry at your job, and you're like, well, that's not appropriate. Like you gotta like remember those
yeah,
things aren't separate. And so like my deal with myself for the most part is unicycling is the one place, where it's allowed to all come out. It
yeah.
can I can go to the skate park. Sometimes me and Mose ride a lot
Okay.
together, and I can see him getting frustrated with my anger, and so I'm like, I
Yeah,
have to go ride by myself, and like freak out, throw my unicycle,
yeah,
just get mad, and I'm like, okay, this is like the appropriate place to put your anger, or
yeah.
frustration, if you will. But I'll
It's
tell you, I broke
it's
my.
for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I've
Yeah.
broken my unicycle too many times just rage throwing it. Like I've broken it more, I think, rage
Yeah.
throwing it than actually busting parts sometimes.
That's what I was gonna mention, yeah. Because the only times I've ever thrown my unicycle, and it was from like trying a trick so many times, and I've been working on it for years, getting
Yeah.
so close, or maybe just like stepping off on accident, and then I
Oh
throw
god.
it, and I'll break a pedal or like crack something on the like the saddle or something, and
Dude,
just it's not worth it to throw.
the times where I've like thrown like a double flip or a hard flip something and landed wrong and landed fine or stepped off and just like threw it and you watch it fly and you see the pedal just bink
Yeah,
on the ground and then you pick it up and it's like
yeah.
you're like
It just
yeah
ruins the
I
session.
deserve that I deserve that
Yeah.
um and that's why I ride with like 2 extra sets of pedals in my backpack all the
Oh, okay.
time because I try not to let it ruin my ride if I can. It's like okay, you broke a pedal. That means it's time to simmer down. Take move to another part of the park. Try a different trick. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I have to listen
That's
to. Go for it. Go
oh,
for it.
sorry. That's me with popping tires.
You pop tires
And
a lot.
that's yeah, I that's why I actually stopped doing high jumps because of it. Um, and I haven't progressed much in my high jump because every single time my tire would be popping, and it has something to do with like I'm still looking for the perfect pressure for a side hop.
Uh,
It's so hard and
how
difficult.
what's your PSI? What's your PSI that you roll at?
I don't really pay attention to the number. I always
There's
like
your first problem
I
right
know,
there. How do you
yeah. I
track any
always pay
progress?
attention to the feel of it. But it's usually like somewhere around 30,
Ah, man,
I
I
think.
ride at like 55
Oh
PSI.
my God.
And
Damn.
it feels hard, but you know what? I stopped. Oh Jesus! I stopped popping tires.
Well, yeah.
Um,
At
and
55.
at least from what, and now granted, I'm pretty big as well. I'm
Yeah.
220 pounds, but for the most part, as far as the granted, I'm not doing a lot of side bounce hops. It hasn't affected my height.
Okay.
And sometimes landings feel a little harder. Sometimes because the tire's firmer, you feel the wheel try to get away from you a bit more when you
Mhm.
land funny. But
Yeah.
overall, I would rather pop less tires and spend time doing that in my rides, and so it seems to help. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, next couple times you're filling it up, I don't know, 45, just see what 45 feels like, and
Yeah. I'll
leave it.
keep switching it up here.
Every now and then you just throw the pump back on, just see where that number's at, just for mental check.
Yeah. I've been thinking of riding trials a lot more because my front foot game in trials is just very poor. Because I
Kicking
usually
up.
I use my back foot for pedal grabs and
Me
for
too.
side hops. But a really good trials rider, and I kind of saw this with Eric Winterfeld, is
Mm-hmm.
that he knows how to do both sides.
That's a good move.
Yeah, and I think Mark and Aiden and Mike and all of them, they know how to do both sides. They have a preference, of course, but
Which one do you
the
have?
versatility is the best way to go.
Yeah, I've been learning that a lot, and obviously that's what Evar and I talked about a lot is
Yeah,
get,
with the switch and regular.
and getting stuff done on both sides, whatever your
Yeah.
tricks are, and God, he's so good at it. It's just, you until you've like ridden or until you try to do more of your tricks both ways, you don't realize how absolutely
Oh yeah.
shit you are at it, or how just hard it is to get good at both sides.
Yeah, every time I do a switch trick, I fudge it for the day and call it good.
Yeah, you're
I
like,
don't actually learn it.
get your shoe
Yeah.
stuck and all that. And you're like, oh, this is dumb. I shouldn't be doing this. I keep thinking about trials too. I like have these. I live next to a park, and in front of the park, there's all these basalt rocks, and
Ooh.
and they're like perfectly close.
Yeah.
It's not, they're high enough where you got to jump on them, and they're all lined up where you could totally get between them easy, no problem. And there's like hard ones, easy ones. And every day I walk out there, I'm like, oh, I should ride on that this
I
weekend.
should try it.
I've been saying that for like 2 years now.
Alright.
I just gotta do it. I just gotta pull the trigger. I got it set up right here. Just gonna put pedals in the stupid
Yeah.
thing. Make that Scott Wallace seat base work for me.
Oh boy, yeah. That's another thing is I don't know parts that well, like brands and stuff.
I mean,
I'm
when
really
you're sponsored
terrible
by
with it.
Chris Helm, you just, hey Chris, in the
I
seat.
know, yeah. That's my only thing I know in the world is Chris Holm.
I mean, it's been tried and true for a long time.
Yeah. I do have some intel on the cage moments,
Oh,
but
share the
it's not
details.
it's not good news though.
Oh God,
All I
that,
know is
that's
that
not what I
they're
wanted.
never coming back.
Chris, come on,
They are
man.
for
Chris,
sure never
home.
coming back.
Bring it back. I don't care if the molds are broken,
Yeah.
lost, if they're in the Ark of the Covenant. Like you know, we can make more molds. I got another pair of cranks. I can send them to you if we got to
Yeah.
redo that. Like,
It has
well,
something to do with like he had more requests for the squiggly ones.
the squiggly
No, they're
ones,
not the squiggly ones. They're the
the
regular,
spirits.
yeah, the spirit cranks that come with the stock. Um, they're apparently in more demand. So
I mean,
they,
if he says they're in more demand, I believe it.
yeah,
I bought them the Gen One spirits. I'm sure it's on me. Like I am not critical of Christmas. I break shit obviously, but
yeah,
I didn't use a pedal washer. Didn't know I had to the first set I got them, and like I don't know, in like 2 weeks I stripped them out because
oh,
and
sucks.
I just never went back. I'd be willing to
Okay,
try them again. But as
yeah,
someone who is using fat cranks already, I still get my foot caught like between the wheel and my crank, and the spirits, I have to imagine, are just like wide open canyons for that in some respect.
yeah. They have some ups and downs actually. They are
They're
wide
light,
enough for rolls, surprisingly, if you have rollos on.
yeah, because you got the
Yeah,
they got good Q factor on them
the
too.
Q factor is pretty wide, yeah. And the only thing that's bad is grinding.
Oh, I could see
Yeah,
that because it's a
you
thin
can't use
crank.
them for grinding. They'll catch on the tire. So,
How about like a grinding like insert? Do you think the spirits could take something like that? Come on,
they
Chris.
could, but you'd have to drill in there,
Yeah, that's fine.
insert something.
Whatever.
Yeah. Um,
Those cranks are
but
made of
they're
bricks of
most
aluminum. They could take a little hole or two.
yeah, they're mostly for trials and uni, I think, is what they were meant for.
Yeah, I can see he's been kind of
Yeah.
going that way too. He's like, nah, we're just gonna stick to. There's lots
Oh
of
yeah.
urban people out there, Impact and
Yeah. And I love to
QX
use them for trials, so
and
um,
Mad for One can have this street, you know.
yeah.
Okay, just gonna stick with the media. I mean, it was crazy riding with Chris at in Vancouver like a couple years in 2018 or something, and we rode the trail with him, and he had like his T-bar set up and the 27.5 and his different tire, and he had his brakes set up right, and he said with his real mouth, like it was shocking to me. I was like, this is the first mountain unicycle I've ever been happy with.
Oh.
And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm like, can you say that again, please?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, all the iterations, like, because we had just did one of the hard trails. Him and Ryan did
Yeah.
these drops that were just insane, and Chris still has it, no problem. Like, there
Yeah.
was this one. I think I told the story a thousand
Beast.
times where like Chris rolled it first, and then Ryan was like, "Oh God," I can't not
Yeah.
ride that after Chris rode it, you know, and. And Chris Home, man, he's still a savage. Not
Yeah.
like not keeping it together. He's still a monster. And yeah, he rode that unicycle down, and it's like this is the first mountain unicycle I've ever like ever. He liked riding it down the whole trail, and there was nothing that bothered him about it. I'm like, that's crazy for being a unicycle designer after all these years.
Oh yeah.
I'm not that much of a perfectionist.
Oh yeah. What was like the worst like fall you've ever had?
Ooh,
Yeah. I've got like a little list of things that
that's
I
a good
remember I told you
question.
beforehand. I'm just
Okay.
thinking in my head as I listen to your podcast, of course.
So, God, where's India? So, the first time I ever tried to grind, um,
Oh no, I know where this is going.
it was this shitty like rainbow flat rail. Oh God, so easy. I caught right to the end of it, and I had like I'd been like jumping, like stalling on it, stalling on off, like not really grinding, kind of like ride jumping,
Yeah.
landing on the end of it, and like I remember this so vividly. It's the first grind I ever did. It's probably why my brain's so fucked for grinds. But I jumped, grind, stepped off, rolled my ankle. Like bad. Like had to go to the
Oh
doctor, had to get
no.
it x-rayed. I was in crutches. Like,
Jeez.
because sometimes you roll your ankle and you're like, just gotta wear the brace a little bit. But this was like, and I think if I'm not mistaken, for me, this was the first time I'd ever rolled my ankle.
Oh,
Um,
so it was like a scarring incident.
yeah, it was like a real moment.
Oh man.
And man, I just there. Ed and I talked about this too. Like, I still jump up to the rails, even the ones I do all the time. And I still like wince a little bit when I jump, or I just see my body in a heap at the bottom of the rail still. You know,
Yeah.
and even like this weekend, like I had a good ride, and like that's how I messed my thumb up. I really casual rail, and I just jumped to it wrong and fucked myself falling off of it and landed on my unicycle hard. And I'm just so bothered by how hard I felt after even doing this rail, a dozen times that day.
Yeah, I've had
Uh,
there's been some pretty bad falls in my past, but never that hard.
yeah.
I
So
never rolled an ankle on a rail before.
yeah, so that was like my first experience riding rails,
Yeah,
and so that's my
that'll
brand.
definitely put you off of it. Yeah.
Another time at our local skate park, again off of a rail. Actually, I didn't think about this. It was off of a flat box, really comfortable.
Jeez.
I had been working on tricks on flat, and it was really frustrating. I think I was trying to work for like some 540s, and they weren't happening. It was a rainy day, and all of the ledges were wet. And I was like,
Okay, yeah.
whatever. And I ran around to one of the shallowest like boxes that's at my local skate park, and I jumped and I hit it, and like I've never ever experienced since or before, just this one time. It was soaking wet down the whole thing. I landed on the rail, and the unicycle like instantly like shot out in front of me,
Yeah.
like crazy. Like there
And
was
you
no
just
control.
flat on your back.
I flew down to the bottom, flat on my back, and I was like bent in half, and so I landed like on my wallet, like on my ass, like body
Yeah.
slam, just like smacked, like legs back, and I was like, oh god, am I dead? Am I paralyzed? Is this it? Is this the end of Phil? And I just like, I was the only person in the skate park. It was a shitty rainy day, so no one was
Oh
around.
no buddy system.
And I got up, and I was like, no, I can still ride. I can still go. And I got on my unicycle, and I like pedaled like a half rep, and my like whole leg was like, oh my god. And I have a picture of it somewhere. If I can find it, I'll throw it on here. But there was over the course of the next 2 weeks, where my wallet was turned into a completely dark,
God.
dark purple patch. Your wallet's like this big, so you imagine
Yeah.
how big my ass is, like. And then the whole thing radiated to purples, yellows, greens, oranges, maybe, like
Oh my God.
every color. And my whole right
Jeez.
ass cheek was a bruise. And I've landed on my ass a lot from unicycling. Never have I ever landed like that before. And then, only other one that of note to me is one time in Muni, I went down this down ramp, and it was like a skinny, and I went off of it, and and forward, so I'm probably falling 3 or 4 feet forward, and I felt my right shoulder go like back really bad.
Okay.
And my shoulder, it's fine. Like, I climb a lot, I work my shoulders out, I've done a lot of PT, but every now and then, this shoulder's just loosier and goosier than it used to be. Luckily, I've never fallen like that since. I like try to go to my ass. How about you? Tell me your. Those are like my most memorable, most scary falls. Everything else
The
is
first
bitch shit.
really bad one. I was a kid downhill from my house at my local Home Depot.
Nice.
Hopping around on the rocks. I was like 13, 14-ish. And there was like this rock that was kind of like angled like this. There was like a top to it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to hop onto it, kind of like a mini triangle, and I fell right onto my butt and just
Like right on it.
yeah.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
It did not feel fun. My tailbone was bruised for a few days after.
That's
Yeah.
The tailbone's bad.
It was like the parting of the seas.
I did hit my tailbone on my handle saddle. The handle saddle's stiff, but like it's also hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, it wasn't that bad, but the tailbone, no good.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
And another time was, it was in a video. I think it was in the video you mentioned earlier. Odd Soul is the title, I think. And I was trying to do like an in overflip. And
yeah, you really go down hard.
Yeah, and I landed on top of the unicycle, Chris Hurwitz style.
Oh yeah, and you like smacked your face, right?
Yeah.
I just saw that clip.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
it landed on my
looks
chest.
rough. Like, and you have that
Yeah.
like the face right as you're like,
Oh yeah.
like as it happens.
I took a 5 minute break. I
Ooh,
was I was
yeah.
trying to breathe.
That's the ones where you sit down and like you kind of like you like feel tears coming a little bit. And you're like, I'm okay. I'm not gonna cry.
I'm a big boy. I
It
got
didn't hurt
this.
that bad. Why did my unicycle hurt me like that? You know. That's pretty good ones. Pretty good ones.
Yeah.
But never too bad, huh?
No, I'm a cautious rider, so I don't really do things that will hurt me. And if I do, it's usually if I'm like 99% sure I'm gonna land the trick without hurting myself.
Yeah, yeah. And you got to
And
throw it hard and
yeah, most of my injuries come from like very obscure, I don't know how it happened sort of deals. Like, I think 2015 speed trials, I pulled a muscle in my back, didn't think much of it, rode the next day, and then I was out for the rest of the week.
yeah, yeah. You're like, oh, a little
So,
muscle, and then you wake up the next morning, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
oh my god, my dad.
So I couldn't compete in anything else really, without doing like some basic tricks.
Right.
So,
I've only had one experience like that at I don't know one of the Madisons I've been to. Uh, went to go. I think maybe this is in another one, but I literally showed up at the skate park in Madison, hopped on my unicycle to go ride to everyone, and like
oh,
jumped like
yeah,
foot revolution crank caught down on both knees, and I
yeah,
smashed my left knee in the ground super hard, and that was literally 2 seconds into NAUCC, and I just could not ride hard the whole week. I
yeah.
could mess around, but hard riding was done before it even started.
I know that's an iconic spot too. It's
Yeah.
a lot of people have been there, and that was I think probably the best NEUCC for me, but it was in 2015 in Madison,
Mm.
and that was like the biggest one I'd been to.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
good. It was the first
it
one I
probably
ever went to.
still
Was pretty
is like nationals wise.
Yeah, they're doing a not an AUCC.
Yeah, they are.
So are you gonna go? You gonna go? You gonna be
I
there?
can't because I think it's
Geology.
too
The
far
rocks
for
will
me.
be there when you get back.
I know, yeah. I don't know about my degree, but
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. No, I don't think I can go this year, and it's only a weekend, right?
Yeah, it's like
Or
4 days
4 days.
or something. Yeah, I'm gonna go anyway. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put the plane ticket on my credit card and just go. Hopefully.
I'm saving my money for Unicon in France.
Yeah, I'm still going to that too.
I was so hyped for it this past summer, and then it got delayed, and then it got delayed again. So
Well, in a respect, I'm hoping I can like save my
yeah,
money for it. Now that I got like the all those years, and now I'm gonna get myself my own Airbnb with my own
yeah.
shower when I have to share
Okay,
with
so
anyone.
party at Phil's
Yeah,
Airbnb.
yeah, it'll be a rager. We'll get kicked out. It'll be fun.
All right, yeah.
That's
Um,
tough though.
yeah,
I don't drink anymore, so it's like
I've heard, yeah.
we're gonna have some
Like,
tea late at night.
you and Noli drinking tea.
Yeah, yeah, I do
Yeah.
like tea. I'll have to send you
Um,
this picture of this bag of tea I just bought. I thought it was 2.2 pounds and it was 2.2 kilos.
oh,
It's a
okay.
big bag of tea.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm I'm wishing I would see more videos from you, Phil, like parts,
More
like
part.
full
You
length
want more
stuff.
part videos?
Yeah, because I don't think we've ever seen a full-on 3 minute long Phil Sanders dedicated street vid.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. So tell me this. Tell me your feelings on this. Like, I'm like so insecure about my actual writing, if you will. Like, I probably got a couple of big maneuvers. I have one line that's in my head, but it's so hard for me to like film clips and hold on to them. You
Yeah, it
know,
is.
I'm just
You
like
you feel like it expires after a little while.
totally, totally. And
Yeah.
so I just like want to film my clips sometimes, and I'm like, am I gonna go through the effort of like finding more spots and filming those ones and working on hard tricks and trying to get those on film and then finding a good spot to use that trick and then actually edit it with a song. The thing that sucks is like I have like at least one legit song that I'm like,
Oh yeah.
it's my song. It's gonna be my Phil Street video song.
Oh yeah. You
How do
gotta
you
do it.
feel? How
You
do you
just gotta
feel
commit.
about tricks in the skate park and bits? Is that lame or is that all right?
It's okay if the tricks are really good, but
Okay. Okay.
for like street parts when you're like like a big video that you've been working on for a year. A lot of people like to do outside of the skate park. But if all the good stuff is in your skate park, or your skate park is like a plaza style kind of thing,
Yeah,
I'd say go for it. I mean, um, and if you can, there's like stair sets around town. I mean, they're the same in a skate park as they are out in the real world. A stair set is.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the rails are the only difference really to
the
me.
problem with Spokane in general, I'd say, is like there are some great stair sets, but when you go there, it's the only thing. Like,
Yeah.
so there's like this 5 stair
Yeah.
over here. There's this 8 stair over here. There's this awesome 8 stair rail over here. There's that. You see me flub it. You see Moe's get it a bunch.
Yeah.
That 5 stair rail by that school, but there's like no way to warm up, no way to work up to it, no way to like kind of get
Yeah.
going, and so like it's always hard for me because like I just have to warm up. You know, I gotta
Yeah.
go there. I can't just go and throw a flip down a 6 on my first try. I mean, historically speaking, when I did do my flip down 6, it was like on my first or second try. But like, I had been working up to it to that point. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I guess the answer is ride more and try harder.
Oh yeah. And the problem for me is my small little town of 7,000 people doesn't have many street options. I have to like outsource to other towns and or go to competitions to street ride for real.
Yeah, you gotta like. I mean,
So
I've some of your spots in like those videos like looks pretty good, but I wonder if like that's like the only thing in some of those clips.
it almost is, yeah. I repeat a lot of spots because like there's very few places to go. But I'm always on the lookout, and I just wish I lived in Germany where Mimo is,
Oh my
where
god,
all
right?
the rails, stairs, hubbas,
Just like and then like rails
mani
next to like
pads.
old buildings and
Yeah,
stuff where there's like ramps and drops and stuff like that, and
and an
there's
indoor skate park to practice in all
and
days of the
you've
hour.
just never even seen a skater hater over there, you know.
Hmm.
I don't know about your city, but I feel like my city has like a real stick up its craw for skateboarders because
Yeah.
there's like shit in Spokane that has skater haters on it that there's like no skater would hit it even in if they wanted to because like it's ridiculous. There's like
I know, yeah, it's not even worth the trouble.
and like I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, they built this new thing by our city hall that has this cool arc, and it already has like the cement like divots. You know, like they put those
Oh,
divots
yeah.
in there so like you can't grind anything. And they still put skater haters on it. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god. And I don't know, maybe
Just in
I'm
case, it's
maybe
it's
I
assurance.
as someone who's lived in the city my whole life, like I think skater haters more than anything, they look tacky. They
Yeah,
make
they
your
do.
beautiful parks.
Mhm.
Like I would rather have a little bit of wax, you know, that can get, you know, wire brushed off every now and then, than have these tacky pieces of aluminum, like bolted on all the way down this
Oh, yeah.
beautiful strip of park.
And you know, there's some city worker whose his whole job is just to install those
Totally.
all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't, we don't need to get into like Spokane politics, but
Okay.
there are, our city planners, our city council, they like hate people who like to use downtown.
Oh man.
There's like all these, like we had a skate park under the freeway that was lit, and there was like a lot of homeless people around. You know why? Because it's a lit place under the freeway.
Yeah.
And instead of like fixing it, putting a fence up, taking care of the skate park, they just bulldozed this stupid thing. And it's just such a waste. Now the space is empty. It's got a giant fence around it that says like no trespassing. And it's not being.
Yeah.
If it was at least turned into a parking lot, I would be like, okay, at least it's being used for something else. But it's not. It's just now an empty waste of space that no one's using,
Yeah.
except for the homeless people,
Of course. Yeah.
who are more than allowed to do it up. Homeless people. Somebody should use that spot. But you know, 10 years later, now we have a new skate park, and to their credit, the new skate park is pretty nice.
That is good. Yeah.
And it's lit too. It's not covered, unfortunately. It's kind of a drawback still.
Oh yeah. So it still rains.
Yeah, but it's lit till 10 p.m.
Oh okay. That's actually really late.
Yeah, and there's like a totally rip-off parking lot. But God, you could literally just park right in the street outside the parking lot for free
Oh,
at,
yeah.
at night, and it's wonderful.
My local skate park is the same one from the past 15 years. and it's where I started riding because it was a block away from my school.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
so I would just go over there, grab the unicycle and my skateboard, and just practice both. And then one day I just decided I was getting hurt too much in skateboarding.
Uh,
So I put it away and started unicycling more.
you know,
And
I,
uh,
I
and I
have
exhausted all the features out there.
yeah, just you
So
just rode them to death and back home.
yeah,
You gotta get
yeah,
that. You
nothing
gotta
left.
get into that coasting stuff. You know.
Oh yeah, I've tried it. I've tried to hop into a mani pad with a coast, and it's hard.
Yeah, I don't know. Mimo does it like all the time, but
Oh yeah,
it's just crazy. I wonder if the
it is.
100 mil cranks have anything to do with it.
It could, but it's mostly it has to do with your foot position, I think.
Yeah,
I'm I'm weird in that I coast with my left foot sticking out when I'm goofy, but from what I've seen, you
sure.
should be doing the
Off your
opposite
front
foot.
foot.
That,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I do it off my front foot for
you
sure.
should have your front foot on the frame,
But
and
if you do
so
it from 1 foot riding anyway,
yeah,
it probably doesn't matter. It's only if you
yeah,
want to do that like ride, go right into coast, that you really want to have the front foot down.
yeah, and I don't, so I have a hard time learning it, and it's okay because I like to coast on flat ground,
Yeah,
and
it's fun.
yeah,
I
it
would
is.
say it's the closest feeling to flying you
Yeah,
get on a unicycle.
and I think the person who really got me into it was Louis,
Oh
Louis
yeah,
Stevens.
he is a
Yeah,
monster at it.
especially after Coastable. That's one of
Yeah,
my favorite flat ground like unique videos.
I tried just for fun. Like there was like a little plastic thing at the skate park. I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could just put my foot down.
Yeah,
And oh my god, it's insanely hard.
yeah,
And he does
it
that thing.
is.
He goes down the ramp, like foot on the thing, and
Louis
the,
got long legs though. He can do it like a champ.
yeah, I don't know how you do it, Louis.
Yeah.
The calves are too big or
I can
something.
sort of do it. It's my tippy toes with putting my
He's
foot
like
down.
dragging it a
Yeah.
little.
I would love to see someone though like kind of pivot and then go fakey with it, like kind of push off their toes. It would almost be kind of freestylish, but imagine just like switching it up midway on a mani pad and then coming down backwards,
Oh,
like a
that'd be
Mimo or
cool. You hear
something.
that, Mimo?
Yeah,
Are you watching these?
yeah,
I don't know if you're even into the unicycle world, Mimo.
yeah. And
You're
I
still a
remember
ghost.
on Ed's episode, he was talking about how he wanted to see someone coast down a half pipe,
Yeah.
and that is a feat.
You know,
I don't know.
someone posted. I like follow a lot of the local skaters on my Instagram, and one of them posted a clip today of a kid who went to the new bowls at the skate park. Some of them were pretty high, like 10 feet or so,
Oh
and God, they just had this kid go to the top, get ready to drop in, and just
yeah. Oh no.
right into the ground.
Yeah.
He goes, he dips and just body slams, and ooh. Good luck whoever gets to do that first coast down the half
Yeah.
pipe. I think it's make sure you get
Someone will do it.
those fat knee pads. That's what you need. You need those.
No one ever thought anyone could mani pad coast before,
That's true.
and it happened. So
It happened. It's happened
yeah,
like crazy, and he did it backwards too.
yeah. He's a wizard.
He is a wizard. Hey, Waylon Bat, where you at? You were a pretty good wizard for a while there.
Oh yeah.
You were throwing some crazy. Watch him do
Yeah,
it.
I mean he's sort of back. I saw him on a game once, wasn't he?
I think so. I think he's popped in.
Or, yeah, over on Skirt.
Everyone
But
skirts
I
me out.
haven't
No,
been
he
on
hasn't.
Skirt much. I keep forgetting to go because it logs me out automatically. It's a thing Colby's working on, I've heard.
I
So
don't blame him, but it totally like I log in sometimes and I'm like,
yeah,
this is all log in tomorrow.
I know. Yeah. It'll grow slowly, but
Yeah. I do like the format of it though. I do like all the simplicity of like, oh, here's all the
oh
posts. Here's all the chat. Here's all the games. None of it's all mixed and muddled.
yeah. I would like work on games more or join in on games, but I'm trying to stockpile for video right now, so I can't use everything I'm doing
Yeah, you
for
gotta
my
you
sets.
just gotta throw me some basic stuff,
Yeah.
give me some basics to work on for my ego.
Oh yeah.
The
I'll give you a full out double.
I might be able
Yeah.
to get that. Might be able to get that now.
I don't think I've landed very many of those, like maybe two.
I have literally landed two, and it was both for that first game of Skirt. The one I was surprised though, I've only got it a couple times, but I've repeated it on flat, and then I almost got it at the skate park. Coming soon to a video near you.
Ooh.
The just I've actually been able to get the double backflip off of stuff.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, those are hard to get off like going forward.
Yeah,
You kind of have to always do them late.
I didn't quite
Seems like.
stomp it all. I got like front foot on, but not the back foot on. But I was just messing around with it and was shocked to see that I was jumping and it was going around twice. Back, I'm like, wow, oh my god, I could actually like make this happen. But I think doing it late would be the key. I don't know, late backs. I can do them one day and I can't do them the next.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
I used to have late backs on lock, and then I switched setups, and for some reason my mind doesn't
Gets in your head.
do any work with it anymore. I think it's also because I used to ride 110s, some Chris Holm 110 moments,
Oh yeah,
and I switched over to like 127 on my Chris Holm spirits, and so I kind of lost it.
I
But
could see that.
yeah,
I've
and
only
I think
finally.
I did a triple back before on
Ooh.
flat. Yeah, those are hard, but I don't think I could ever do it again.
I have done 2 triple flips in my life, and I have lately on my new unicycle because it flips a lot better than any unicycle I've had so far. Uh, but man, just that extra, ugh, you
Oh yeah,
gotta put in that. It's not just the force; it's the up you gotta get too.
yeah,
It's just that it's hard. It's hard for me to exert that hard to like practice over and over and over again.
yeah. I've back in Unicon, I talked with some people and like learned a lot about like what kind of tricks people can't do. And the biggest surprise to me was Daniel Ackerman. I think it was either late flips or something like that, and he just can't do them.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and for me, it's like for like years I couldn't do side spins,
Oh yeah.
and right now I can't do anything behind my back, like any secret
Oh
side
yeah,
variation.
I
Yeah,
haven't tried it behind my back. I've tried to do some spins with the seat in back, like spinning it to the front.
yeah,
That's pretty hard. Anytime I jump, I just bleh, like flop.
yeah. Is there something that you find impossible?
Ah,
Because
I'm
I
trying to
can't seem to do
think.
anything behind my back at
Um,
all.
Honestly, seat out, flip tricks. Like
Oh,
there's,
seat out.
yeah,
Okay.
like your regular trays. There's just
Yeah,
something
or
about.
fifth.
Like yeah, it's why like I haven't gotten the fifth flip. It's like first I can do fives no problem, but like
Yeah.
there's something
Is it the
about
mentality?
doing the flip with the seat out that is like crazy hard to me. Like it's like almost it would be impossible in my mind to do the flip and throw like my five. You know, I've done a couple trays. I've done some Hicks flips, but everything else I just do full out or out style, and that feels
Yeah,
better.
it's the opposite for me. I can't do full out stuff very often. Like, I always have to have the seat out for myself.
Yeah, I wanna be comfortable the other way because I feel like, especially with how comfortable I feel with my three spins, I feel like
Mhm.
the tray should be like no biggie. Like, but there's something about when I ride to the edge of say the mani pad or something to jump and flip like that. It totally is wrong to me in my brain. My brain goes,
Yeah.
oh.
I've always found that if you are seat out doing a spin flip trick, it's good to like almost sort of stop right before you do the trick.
Yeah, I was
Like
like,
all your momentum goes into the spin and the flip.
hmm.
And if you're rolling and you keep your momentum as you're doing the trick, it
It's like,
loses some of the
bleh, yeah,
um,
just like
yeah.
it's like not as
And
powerful or something.
I forget, I think it was Jack who told me, and this was in terms of like doing a whip. If you like lean forward and do like a snap like that with your body, it gets you a lot more upward
I could see,
momentum.
yeah, you ride and
Yeah,
like almost a human spring,
yeah.
if you will.
And so all your power goes into your front foot and it goes into that
I
flip.
could see that.
And then it also aligns you so you're like perpendicular with the ground.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes like specifically with I would say the out full out double flip and just out doubles. I've been trying to get those down
Mhm.
a little bit more. There's that feeling of like when you're forward doing it because when you ride on flat ground you don't like need to lean like that. It's like you can like stay straight up and just do the trick. But I notice when I'm doing it off of things, see if I get that little
Oh,
forward,
yeah, you need to go forward.
there's like just that extra, really noticeable power.
Yeah.
But it,
For off of things, you need to go a little
yeah, but if you're
forward.
doing
Yeah.
it off of the edge, like you're doing it on flat ground, it's like, blah, like
Yeah, it gets weird.
I don't get it.
That reminds me of Raphael Poem, who I think he did like his first 900 or first 1080 off the side of something. And I don't know how he
Oh, what
managed
the
that. That was like
hell?
2011. Yeah. It was from a Vimeo video from so long ago.
Oh, that's long.
I don't even know if it's still up anymore, but yeah,
I try to keep
I
those
just
Vimeo
remember
ones
that.
saved if I can find them. I got my little
Yeah, I
list.
know. There's so many good videos
A
on
lot of Max
Vimeo.
Schultz ones are only on
Yeah,
Vimeo as well.
yeah. I was a big fan of Rafi's
Yeah,
stuff.
so he's got good stuff. I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah,
it's off the side of something. That seems really hard for a big
it
spin.
is. I never even thought to do stuff like that, and it still seems weird to just go off the side of a pallet or something.
Yeah, only I have that like new balance bar that I built. I just like messed around on it a little bit, and I don't know if I did the skinny up to the other skinny,
Yeah, I saw the
and I
clip
posted it
on
on
Instagram.
the NAU or sorry the USA social media page.
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
Yeah, I've been riding back and forth with the clouds going by all crazy.
Yeah,
So I built that recently. It's exactly one rev, and it's wonderful. It's like 2 inches. It's really fun to ride on. It's kind of slick, but I like that. Like I like the, I have to balance on it. Like the
yeah.
bar's not going to give me any wiggle room. And I've been
With with your tire pressure, that's probably a lot harder too.
I find that that BMX tire when I land on stuff, it's still squishing down enough to give me the
Okay.
surface. I felt like the first handful of times I rode it on skinnies, it felt
Yeah.
weird because the skinny at my skate park is the one I'm always doing, and it's a one and a
Okay.
half.
Yeah.
It's pretty thin for
You got to get the
running
moldy
around.
foldy around the rail there.
And for the first day or two, it was rough, but now I see it and I just jump up onto it, no problem.
Okay. Yeah.
You
That's
get
pretty
used to
cool.
it. You get used to it.
Yeah. What's your like? Because I know for me, I probably watched like Bollywood. Do you know that one from Baboose? I think
Uh,
I'm I think I'm butchering his name.
I know Baboose.
From France. Yeah, Baboose.
I
Yeah. It's like
I'm gonna pull up right now.
with oh man, Cornel Off from like 2015, 16 or something.
Let's see if I can find it right.
Yeah, it's old and it's like a 6 minute two-part video sort of
Is that the
deal.
one where he's
And that's
riding
like
his like distance one for a while and then he does street afterwards?
he's got the alien backflip frame in that video. Um, and that's just like my favorite video on Earth for unicycling.
Baboose, how do you spell your name?
I'm a video nerd, so I watch stuff all the time to get me hyped up as well.
Oh, you sent me a link in the chat.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to
Yeah,
it.
I'll post a link
It's
to the
hard to
video
actually
for everyone to
find.
see.
Oh yeah, yeah. Another thing with videos, so you know EUC.
Yeah,
Um, have you
European
noticed
Unicycling
that
Championship.
electric unicycles, like the ones that have the pre-balance and you just stand on them,
Yeah, are you talking
and
like
people take them on pump
the
tracks?
platform on both sides
Yeah,
ones? Oh, yeah, there's like a bunch of dudes who ride this in
um,
my town.
yeah, they're abbreviated as EUCs.
Oh
And so
God.
anytime you try to look up the old comp videos, you can't
Ah,
anymore.
God damn you, electric unicycles
Yeah.
ruining our sport.
Well, here's the Bollywood video, anyways. And it's one of my favorites. But yeah, I just wish that I could just search up old EUC 2014, 2015,
See,
summer, winter, all that
is
stuff.
this saved in my thing? Oh, it's not. I have
Yeah,
definitely seen this
yeah,
video
it's,
though.
oh yeah, but it is like top tier, S tier
Your
right there.
unicycle vids.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a handful of videos I've noticed on my playlist that are like unlisted now. So like,
Oh yeah,
so only if
I've
you're
got a secret little playlist that I have as
yeah, so
well.
only if you're going
I've
through my
noticed.
playlist, like, can you see a couple of those
Yeah.
videos that when I was like looking it up later, I'm like, wait, what? No, I have this video. Like, where is it? And then I go to my playlist and it's like, oh, unlisted. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. If you go on the Facebook Unicycle Videos page, you can just scroll through and find everyone's old videos, and if they're unlisted, just kind of pluck the
Snap
link
it.
out of there.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
I,
and you've got it.
how are you still on Unicycle Chat?
On Facebook,
Yeah.
I'm still a member, but I've really not looked at it
I,
since.
I
I know you've abandoned ship from being admin,
yeah.
right?
Well, and I'm not even on Facebook anymore.
Oh, okay.
For almost a year now.
That's great.
And I gotta say, there's a part of like a sliver of my brain that's like, I wish I could just pop back in and check, but of course,
Yeah,
Facebook keeps you locked down unless you give them everything you got.
yeah. I only stayed for unicycle stuff, but then Skirt came out, and I'm just hoping that it sticks
Yeah,
and that we like get a good crowd going.
yeah.
Because then I can finally leave Facebook.
I'm enjoying it. I think that people are starting to do it, but between that and still using the forums, the forums, if you've been there in a while, or if you had ever used them.
I personally haven't, but that's because I hopped in right when the Facebook group started.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I never knew the forums
they're
personally.
they're less active than they used to be, but they're still pretty good. And the new format for the forums, I think, is really nice. It's easier
Yeah.
to manage. And I was surprised to log back in and see that all my old stuff was still there.
Yeah.
But
Um,
that and Instagram.
yeah, like things that are lost to time are always really cool to like rediscover.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think I've seen very many rev flips happening recently.
Red flips.
Rev with a V.
Rev flips. I think someone said one
Yeah,
in the most recent Skirt game.
yeah, but I mean like in
Oh,
videos,
that's
like
true.
parts and stuff, and just mainstream. Like everyone's doing coasts and uh, like I would say, what else is pretty big right now? Out flips and
What is bigger? I mean, Flatland, man. Flatland. This is
yeah, a lot of
so
combos.
popular right now. Lots of
Um,
side spins. Side spin stuff's pretty
oh yeah, those are big right now. But there's a lot of tricks, and I'm want to know if you could think of any that are like old that yeah don't see people doing much of anymore.
cool. I feel like some people have been bringing back the pedal grabs and the tire grabs. Mimo, of course, did his big like
Yeah,
pedal grab down the stair set. I think that stuff's pretty classy still.
yeah.
I think it would be still fun to see some really big, like, tire grab, like no footers.
Oh, kind of like Elias poem
Yeah,
style,
yeah, yeah.
or
Or
it was on flat ground, but Dominic Velassi, I think
yeah.
he was really big into those no footer grab tires.
They're fun.
Yeah.
And I think like the evolution of it is what's the that's in your video you just did. I'm sorry, the gentleman who landed it, whose name just is not coming to my brain. The one where you got the seat out, you jump, you do the back tire grab, and then you 180 spin out of it.
Oh, brink spin.
Brink spin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love brink
Brink lifts
spins.
are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite tricks to do actually in
That's
comp.
a great trick. That's like,
Yeah,
in my mind, when I think of like one of the coolest newer tricks out there, that in my mind is like one of the cool ones. I would like to see
yeah,
that get evolved. I want to see someone do like the brink like 3 spin out.
yeah. I have actually two variations saved on my notes on my phone that I've been wanting to try, like a little flip spin on the inside,
Oh, that'd be cool.
so like a brink in spin kind of.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I want to see
Yeah,
that.
because I've gotten half flips on accident before.
Hmm.
But I've spent like 3 years on brink spins, I think,
Uh,
learning them.
it's funny
They're hard.
that you said that half flips thing. This has never happened to me until I landed the full out double flip. But
Hmm.
now, at least half the time, especially if I'm getting warmed up and stuff, when I throw my full out flips, there will be a lot of attempts where it'll overflip a lot. Usually, I have trouble just making it flip the once, just getting the one flip in there. But ever since
Yeah.
the full out double, half my attempts will 1.5. It'll overflip when
Oh
and
yeah.
I don't realize it, and I'm like, I'll even like land or land halfway, like what?
You'll think you're there and you're not. Yeah.
And it just makes me wanna. It makes me wonder if my brain's just saying like, yeah, just do the double, man. Just go for
Yeah.
the full out double. Uh,
No, yeah.
do you have any? Alex, do you have any NBDs?
I do, but I'm always cautious about claiming them
Claim
because
them now for the world. Say like whoever
I never
did it
know if someone's
beforehand.
landed it before.
Well,
I
after
always
this
like
episode,
keep
people are gonna tear
things.
you apart. That's for sure.
Yeah, I put them out on video when I can, but like the cross-footed bay flip, I had never seen someone do that prior to it.
You cross and
Yeah,
then do the bay flip out, right? Yeah.
yeah, and I call it pretzel because that's what they use in skateboarding,
Oh, sure,
and it's
sure.
more of a position with your feet. It's more like we call it crossfoot on tire when you're like on regular
Yeah,
tire
like
stance,
that they
but
do in
I
freestyle.
like to just call it pretzel.
Yeah,
So I call it the
pretzel's
pretzel
a good
flip.
name for it, especially with the frame and
Yeah,
everything. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Pretzel
Most
flip.
of my MBDs are bay flips, like bay over flip, bay double over flip. There was the most complicated one was it was a tray backflip, but it was in the pretzel position on a bay flip, and it was in my
Tray pretzel
yeah
backflip. Oh,
yeah,
I've been trying.
and that one took a while to learn.
I believe it.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, and I think it was Ryman who inspired me to do that because he's super good at like the tray backflips.
oh yeah.
Like he can do late tray double backs like nothing. And so I just channeled Ryman
Yeah,
in my mind.
Ryman's a rider
And
who's
just
so good. Who just seems like
yeah.
you see him at a competition and then he just disappears until the next one. And
Yeah,
then
he
he shows,
does.
and when you read him at the comp, he's still riding incredible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's still progressing like that
Yeah,
right
like he's
now.
like he never put it down.
Hmm.
And Scott
Um,
Julian. He's getting pretty yoked now too.
yeah, dude, Julian, or Scott Julian, oh my God. Scotty.
Yeah.
I remember, and you would probably
Oh
remember when
yeah.
he was like 12 or 14 or something.
Younger than that.
A tiny little kid barely fitting onto his seat, and now he's just like as beefy as Eli, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, and remember watching
Throwing
him do his
down
like side
so
spin. I
much
think at one
stuff.
of the Madisons or something like that. And I'm watching this kid who's literally half my size and ratioed body weight do his side spins. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
And that was like, I think that was the year where I was like, okay, I have to go home and do side spins. Like
I
I
know,
can't sit
yeah.
on this anymore. And yeah, I finally got him. I haven't done a side spin with a flip yet.
Oh man, yeah,
How about you?
they're hard.
Do you got fallout sides?
I can't say right now that because I do have some side spin tricks that I've landed from a next video, but I don't want to say what
That's
they
fine, keep
are.
it a secret. But
Yeah,
leave our mouths watering. You know.
yeah. And speaking of secrets, every time I release a video, and Scotty was actually one of the people to figure this out, I always have like a secret hidden link in the video.
Like you gotta like pause it to like get the
Yeah,
oh
and it's like hidden
shit.
in the background and broken
Yo,
up.
watch
So
your YouTube video count just go through the ceiling after this.
I,
I know what I'm doing after this
and
video.
yeah, not many people notice it, but like I think like three of them now have secret videos, and they're like full edits as well
Oh
that
shit.
just
I'm
go or not unnoticed, but they're tucked away.
gonna be spending my whole night doing that.
Yeah.
It's like
But it's
have you ever seen the old Universe DVDs or Defect?
yeah, I have. I think I actually
And
have Defect right
and they
here.
got like all the little for anyone who has Defect, if you don't know, there's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of like hidden stuff in the
Yeah, you
DVD.
threw this one out to me. Oh no, this was that's unicycling not a crime. You threw this out to me on stage in 2015.
I believe it was from the giant box I had.
Yeah, you had the whole thing, and you're just like, take them, please.
Yeah, well, man, I couldn't give them
So
away
many.
enough.
Yeah.
What would it take? What event would it other than like an EUC? Have you been to EUC?
EUC, no, and I wish I could.
And have you been to a
Never,
Unicon?
yeah, never had the money to go to EUC.
Say it's also a weekend too. It's pretty
Mm,
tough
yeah,
to just go over to
it's
Europe for a
just
weekend.
3 days to hop the
I
pond.
mean, it
Yeah,
sounds like the best 3 days of unicycling, but like,
yeah,
so much money. Some of those poor people, can't make it happen.
I know.
But
Oh well.
what would be your dream unicycle event?
I wish I had gone to Spain in 2016.
It wasn't bad.
I heard that was
The
amazing. And
riding was
Unicon
incredible.
in Korea was amazing as well. It was the most people I'd been around. And it was also the first time I, partied with unicyclists, or in general,
They're
actually.
the best. They're the best in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And I was freshly 21, so it was a great time.
Ah,
So
Good times. Good
I still
times.
have this vivid memory, and of I won't say who it was in case they don't want their image online to, be tarnished, but a certain um, inward vario flip loving street rider, world
Could be
champ,
anyone.
yeah,
Lots of people in
uh,
barrel flips.
just came up to me, plastered. He had his soju bottle in hand, and he just looked me in the eyes. He like tried to do the thing where you take the bottle, you try to
Yeah, you tap someone.
catch it in
Yeah.
air, yeah, and it just fell to the ground, exploded everywhere. And he sat there like a little kid picking up all the little pieces.
Uh, this
So,
particular unicyclist might care about the environment. They might care about the environment.
oh,
Uh,
they do, very much do.
yeah,
That's why he was
I don't know anyone who
picking.
would behave like that at a unicycle event. Nobody.
No, no, I don't
Certainly
know.
not a particular inward barrel flip world champion.
And honestly, I get scared of, being that sort of way, and also like having the unicycles around because I don't want to hurt myself.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah.
But
And I know another guy who, uh, a friend of mine, who I guess I won't say his name because I don't want to
yeah,
out
we don't
anyone,
know.
of
We don't
course.
know if they want to be on the
Yeah.
internet.
But he gets magical like riding powers when he gets drunk.
He's got like the Legend of Drunken
Yeah.
Master riding ability.
And if you know who it is, he landed his first sedge at Unicon while he was plastered.
Oh, I think I do know who this is
You
actually.
might know it, yeah. So,
And if they watch this, they'll be like, "Oh God, how many people remember
nah.
that?" A lot,
He was
a
stoked
lot.
though. He was stoked, and he went around, um, like celebrating and stuff, and he got him down after that too. He learned it. He
Well,
had
yeah,
it
I mean,
road.
if you can land it drunk, you better be able to land it sober. I mean, come on.
There's his magical powers, yeah.
Uh,
But
yeah.
in terms of like, because I know you said you didn't go to Korea, right? Because of
Had to move
the
out
whole
of an
situation.
apartment.
Yeah,
Life fell apart for a minute there. Got it all back together though.
it's okay though, because in terms of like the atmosphere of Korea, like the physical atmosphere, it was
I'm
way
sweaty
too
all the
hot and humid.
time. I'm sweating
No,
right
this was
now,
beyond.
just like talking to you.
I almost overheated. I had almost had heat stroke.
I did it.
Um, to the point where me and my roommate at the time had to go back to our hotel and just like
Like,
recuperate for four
I mean,
hours.
that's what the sauna's for. I'm training for it right now.
Yeah,
I'm ready for Korea 1,000 times over now.
yeah, and I'm from a environment that's like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, like a cool, I don't know what that'd be in Celsius, like 25
Yes,
degrees.
something a little lower. I think like that.
Yeah, like 22, 25. I'll do it real quick right now.
Because
I
like,
forgot
cause
my
30 is
conversion
like
kit.
pretty warm. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Um,
Sorry, all you.
oh yeah,
European.
it's more like 18
Yeah.
degrees
That sounds
Celsius
right. That
over
sounds
here
right.
all the time, and fog and stuff.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna.
I die in the heat.
The news is telling us we're gonna have 90-degree weather like
Oh
starting
yeah.
next week for the conceivable future. And my town's like I don't know. We get hot in the summer, but man, it's hot. It's hot and
Oh
dry
yeah.
right
That is way too hot.
now. Yeah, but I'm gonna ride in it anyway. Just wake up in the morning, try to get there before the sun can kill me.
Yeah. When I get back from my field camp, it's about 2 weeks long, but when I'm back, I'm going all in.
Uh,
Uh,
what
I won't have anything to keep myself safe from. So,
what trick have you definitely not landed that you like are really wanting to get?
God, I have three main tricks. I've been trying 1080 for a while,
Uh,
but I'm not too concerned
Yeah, I think you can get it. I
because,
watched that 900. You can get that 10.
yeah, I'll put in the work one day. But if we're talking like tricks that I've been trying for years and years and years, it's the secret side.
And man, there's like
Yeah,
kids doing it
and it's
now.
that thing. I just can't do anything behind my back.
Hmm.
Like, the scissor sides,
Yeah. God, they're
anti
so cool.
sides, all that stuff.
Anti-sides. I have
Yeah,
just tried to like jump
suicides and
and
stuff.
like do
It's
just
crazy.
try to jump and spin like the anti-side and it makes my brain hurt. Like
It
just
does.
thinking
Yeah,
about
it
it.
makes mine hurt too. Yeah, that and whips. I mean,
God, who doesn't want one, right?
Yeah. I always break pedals on whips, and so I caution away from them.
There
But
was
I have gotten very
this
close.
brief period, and like everyone in the world probably, like where I
Oh
had
yeah.
been trying them, and that thing was getting all the way around, and I'm like, what is happening? And
Yeah.
you put it away, or you start trying to work on like real stuff,
Yeah.
and then it just doesn't come back.
Yeah, and it always like for me it always half rotates, so it gets like a half rev in there on
Oh,
accident.
interesting, interesting.
So I try to land it switch. It's really weird.
Just gotta grab those
Um,
cranks, you know.
yeah. And I did land it switch once, and then I got a half rev going out of it, and then I like slipped
And
off the
you're like,
pedal. And I
what?
was recording. I was almost there, and I was so upset. Um,
Uh,
but
what what trick has not been done in unicycling
ooh,
that you would like to like see, like be creative?
I I keep a list of things,
Like give
and
us one that like you aren't as
let's see.
interested in trying to get.
Let me
Because
see
I assume
here.
some of these you're like gonna try to
There
get.
is one, and I don't think anyone's done it. So you know, like tray on tire,
Yeah, like Bay Trey Trey Bay.
kinda. I mean, bay, you would be the seat would be underneath you,
Sure.
but on tire, the seat is out in front of you.
Oh, okay. You're like almost
Yeah,
from wheel walk almost. Yeah.
yeah. And so you would
Okay.
be hopping on tire, seat in front of your kneecaps, and you would spin the wheel like you would be doing a flip on tire, but you would also do a 360. So it's a tray on tire.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see. I see.
yeah.
Okay. 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 Try on tire. I'm following
Yeah,
you. I'm
the
following. I
best
was thinking it
example
was
I can
stupid.
think of is Lorenz Poham from like 2011. In his video, did one, and it was very clean.
That's
And
pretty
but
cool.
what I was
Because you got to keep the
thinking
tire
is like,
sideways.
yeah, I was thinking like almost a Steez jam, but then Trey on the Steez jam position.
Remind me of the Steve's Jam.
It would be more like a one-footed like outside jam,
Oh yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
like you have 2 feet on the tire, and the frame is to either your left or right,
Okay, I got it.
and
I got it.
you would just have one hand, two hands there.
And then
So it's like an outside jam, but with 2 feet.
and then you want
And
to see people do like a tray from there.
yeah, with either one or both their feet on the outside of the
Oh, that
frame.
would be pretty
Yeah,
gnarly. Yeah, you're on the outside and you do
that'd be so
full
sick.
and land on the outside again.
Yeah.
That
And the only reason I'm saying it is because I've tried it so many times and there's no way I can do it. So if anyone wants to land that for me,
Yeah, let's see.
please.
Well, that to me
Yeah.
seems like a women bad trick. But I bet you Clement could do it. Come on, Clement, you've been doing some
Yeah, I
crazy.
think so. Or
Yeah,
Pierre.
or Pierre.
Pierre does a
Pierre's
lot
got all the
of foot
jams.
jams.
Pierre, you
Yeah.
got an outside Steez tray.
Let's
I
see.
guess it would just be Steez tray. I don't have to call it outside. We all know what that is.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you don't know tricks. Remember these podcasts when you're asking if I should judge a competition or not.
Oh yeah. Oh, someone tried to actually get me to MC once at an NAUCC. Like I think it was Connor Wurst. He's like, "Man, hey, can you MC for this comp real quick? I gotta go
And
do something." I
you're
was
like,
like, "I'm the wrong
nah,
person for
nah,
you."
bro, not gonna do it.
I think it was advanced as well, and I can't do it. I can't call out the tricks.
I don't mind him.
Bad
I
names.
think MCing's fun, but I definitely do like
Yeah,
a trick encyclopedia writer with me, and then I'm
yeah.
just gonna be like the comic relief. Keep the crowd
Oh
going.
yeah. I just don't want to mess up a trick for the judges, and so someone gets unfairly like judged.
Yeah, I love it when
I'm so
I
scared
love
of
it when like
it.
the tricks are happening too fast. They're
Oh
calling it
yeah.
yeah, jam thing,
Yeah,
flip
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
you didn't see it, you missed it. It's too late.
Yeah. There's some other ideas that I have for like NBDs I want to see,
Oh yeah,
but I'm gonna keep
yeah,
them
keep
secret because I'm still trying my list
yeah.
here.
Wait till
I'm like
till you've
experimenting.
given up on it.
Yeah. But there is one I know of that exists out there, and I saw someone attempting it at Unicon, and it was a whip variation,
A whip variation.
and I never thought it was possible. I won't say who was trying it, and I won't say the name of the trick, but I will say the whip is on tire, but it's not like
It's
Eli's
not
whip.
Eli's whip. It's a
Yeah,
different one.
no. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna
Oh,
say.
wait,
But it blew my mind when he was trying it.
it's not the one where you
So
jump and try to whip it sideways, is it?
yeah, I don't want to say
Because we had been
exactly
talking about
because
that with somebody else.
yeah, he might have landed it and is saving
Oh
the
yeah,
clip.
okay, we'll keep it secret.
So I don't want to
I
say
love all
anything.
this mystery you're bringing to the podcast, Alex. We've been
Yeah,
talking, exposing everything. Now we have like some juicy
I'm just
things
trying
we
to
don't
rile
know
up some
about. Yeah,
some gossip here. Get the community riled up
yeah,
again.
yeah. That's what we need, especially here in
we need
good old
the
America.
we need the great seat height battle of 2012 to come back.
Yeah, I've been riding mine pretty high.
Yeah, I ride mine like a medium height, I
So
think.
I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
my birthday post with my seat post. That's
Yeah.
how I bent it, riding it so high.
Oh man.
Well,
Jeez.
Alex,
Yeah.
I'm going for pretty good here.
We have been, yeah. It's been like an hour and a half or
Yeah, it's not
so.
too bad, not too bad. What do you think? Are we there? You got any final things? You got anything you want to plug?
Let me think here. I don't think I have anything to plug, really. I
You got
mean,
Antlerton on YouTube. Is that what it is?
oh, there's a story behind that actually. Yeah, Antlerson Productions.
Yeah, Antlerton. That's right. Give us the name.
Yeah.
What's it about?
So the whole name was actually from Lars Anderson,
Oh, I
and
can
it
see
was
that.
David and Kyle who were calling him Antlerson. And I think I remember David specifically Hackett, who was always saying like, "Ow, my antler," and I never really knew what he was talking about till later. Once I forget who told me, it was like, "Yeah, your penis." Like,
That's
yeah,
really
ouch.
funny.
Yeah, I've tried a triple flip. Ow, my antler hurts.
We are gonna bring that back. That's gonna be a good
Yeah,
one.
and I didn't realize it at the time. And I made my channel name because Anderson Productions was already,
Bastards.
so many people have that name already. So I was like, Antlerson, yeah, I'll go with it. So I like messaged Kyle and messaged David. It's like, hey, you guys cool with me using the
And
name?
they're like, hell
They probably
yeah.
like laugh.
And now it's
I
essentially
didn't realize it at
Penis
all.
Productions.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So yeah, little fun
That's good. That's
tidbit
good.
about
That's a
my
good note
channel.
to leave on. Yeah. Well, you still got to put out. You're gonna be putting out a video. Does Chris like still like you got to put out like a video a year? Is that like still a thing?
I don't know, but I remember Loic. He's retired from the team, but he was on there for a few years, and I only remember him posting like a minute and a half video like once every other year.
Mm-mm.
So I don't feel so
Nah.
bad, but I always want to keep making stuff, and I'm always collecting
Yeah.
clips.
You hear that, Loic? You gotta stay relevant. You gotta start posting stuff.
No, he could still kick my ass in the street
Ah,
though.
man.
He's
I
insane.
watched him flip that set in Colorado.
The nights,
Yeah,
yeah,
no
that was
pads, no helmet, just like he run. I think he like jumped it a couple times, and then
yeah.
he just jumped and flipped. Like I think he did it like his first or second try. But I just can't even imagine doing a flip like that with no pads.
Yeah,
I'm not strong enough.
it's
My body
insane.
would just
Yeah.
snap like twigs. Both my knees, which already kind of feel jello like in consistency, they would really just ripple and wave into liquid.
I think Nate Dame took his place on the team, and he's the newest member on Chris Holm.
Nate Dame, I'll talk to him
Um,
too.
yeah, he kind of like took a break for a while, and then he's back a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see where he goes with it. He's pretty big on like trials, I think.
I like to see that.
He's really good at drops and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, shout out to the whole team and
Chris
whatnot.
Home, still making it happen. Still
Yeah,
got
yeah,
good members. Well,
yeah,
Alex, thanks for chatting with me. That's good.
yeah. Thank you for
I
having me.
enjoyed this format a little. I like the a little bit more casual, not so interviewy.
Yeah.
We can just talk shop a bit.
Oh no, yeah, late at night, just chilling.
Let it like,
Have some
subscribe,
chat.
hit that bell or whatever.
Yeah.
No, guys, tell us what you think. Is this a good format? Give us some feedback, huh? Huh? Just
Yeah,
like a
follow
world.
Phil's OnlyFans.
Jesus, yeah. Might be coming. Might be coming. You don't know.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Yeah. Listen, there's lots of things I'm willing to try out there in the world, and who knows what elements of unicycling people want to pay money for.
I mean, unicycle.xxx is already gone.
That's true.
So,
So we got to bring it back.
what are we
I'm
gonna
I'm
do?
gonna make it new. It'll be filthy on uni. Is what it'll be.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That'll be good. Well, keep your eye out,
Alright.
guys. Check. You'll see it in my Instagram link tree breakdown. Some people know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Well,
I couldn't think of a better person to represent us in the Unicycling
yeah,
Federation or Society of
yeah.
America.
Me and Millie will put on some
Oh yeah,
scandalous outfits. Make a calendar or
hell
something.
yeah.
Well, this has been great,
Yeah,
Alex. Till next time.
for sure. Yeah. See you later.